Welcome to online BWE course. I am M. Prashant from Triple E Department, Assistant Professor in GRAET. In this video, I will discussing about energy sources, different types of sources, independent and dependent sources, series circuits and parallel circuits. Energy sources. Electrical energy sources are categorized into ideal voltage source and ideal current sources. Further, they can be divided into independent and dependent sources. Ideal voltage source. An ideal voltage source is a two-terminal element in which the voltage Vs is completely independent of the current Is. The representation of ideal constant voltage source is shown in below figure. The three figures are voltage source, that is the graphical representation of voltage source, ideal voltage source. Figure C shows the VI characteristics of ideal voltage source. At any time, the value of terminal voltage Vt is constant with respect to current Is. Current Is depends on the load, but at any load, voltage value Vt, terminal voltage Vt is constant. Figure B shows time dependent like a sinusoidal waveform. Practical voltage source. Practical voltage source diagram. So here practical voltage source, internal resistance is connected in series with the source. Figure 2a, it is a practical voltage sources. The internal resistance is represented in series with the source. Figure 2 shows the terminal Vt depends on the source current. Vt is equal to, apply KCL in this loop, apply KCL in this loop in figure A. So we get the equation Vt is equal to Vs minus Is into R. The voltage across the terminal falls as the current through it increases. So current increases, terminal voltage falls down. Next, ideal current source. An ideal constant current source is a two-terminal element in which the current is completely independent of voltage Vs across its terminals. So here at any load, current is constant uh, uh, with respect to voltage. Figure 3a shows ideal current source. Like voltage sources, we have current source of constant magnitude Is, or sources whose current varies with respect to with the time Is. Figure 3 is the VI characteristics for an ideal current source. At any time, the value of current Is is constant with respect to voltage across it. Next, practical current source. In practical current source, the resistance is in parallel with the source as shown in below figure. So current source Is in parallel connected one resistance. So here figure 4b shows terminal VI characteristics. In this, the magnitude of current falls as the voltage across its terminals increases. Next, dependent sources. In case of dependent sources, the voltage, source voltage or current is not fixed but is dependent on the voltage or current existing at some other location in the circuit. Dependent or controlled sources are following types. First one is voltage controlled voltage source. Next one, current controlled voltage source. Voltage, next third one, voltage controlled current source. Next, current controlled current source. These are the representation in circuit diagram as shown in below figures. These types of sources mainly occur in the analysis of equivalent circuits of transistors. So this is figure A, voltage source, voltage dependent voltage source. Figure B is the current dependent current source. Kirchhoff's voltage law. So Kirchhoff's voltage law states that the algebraic sum of all the branch voltages around any closed path in a circuit is always zero at all instants of time. So when a current passes through a resistor, there is a loss of energy and therefore a voltage drop in any element. The current always flow from higher potential to lower potential. The current direction in the circuit is it leaves the positive terminal of voltage source, enters into negative terminals of the voltage source. As the current passes through the circuit, the sum of the voltage drop around the loop is equal to zero total voltage into the loop. The polarities are attributed to resistors to indicate the voltages at points A, C, and E are more than the voltages at B, D, and F respectively. As the current passes from A to F, so here source voltage is equal to drop voltages. Vs is equal to drop. Total three elements are there: R1, R2, R3. Four elements are there. One is the source. Another three is the loads. Here three resistance are there: R1, R2, R3. So voltage across the R1 is V1. Voltage across R2 is V2. Voltage across R3 is V3. So as per KVL, source voltage is equal to voltage drops, sum of voltage drops. So here source voltage Vs is equal to sum of all the drops V1 plus V2 plus V3. For calculation of KVL, some following steps are required. First, consider a circuit. Assume voltage across each element. Next step is uh, assume current direction and indicate the polarities of different elements. By using Ohm's law, find the voltage across each resistor. VR1 is equal to I into R1, VR2 is equal to I into R2, VR3 is equal to I into R3. We know current in the loop is I. So each same current is flowing through each element. So voltage across each element VR1 is equal, we know voltage V is equal to I into R. At resistance R1, VR1 is equal to I into current through that resistor into that resistance value. So VR1 is equal to I into R1. Next VR2 is equal to I into R2. Next similarly VR3 is equal to I into R3. Where VR1, VR2, VR3 are voltages across R1, R2 and R3 respectively. Now by applying Kirchhoff's law, we can we can form the equation V is equal to VR1 plus VR2 plus VR3. So here V is equal to we know VR1 is equal VR2 is equal VR3. Substitute in that equation. VR1 is equal to I into R1, VR2 is equal to I into R2, VR3 is equal to I into R3. So finally V is equal to I into R1 plus I into R2 plus I into R3. So I is taken as common. So finally V is equal to I into bracket of R1 plus R2 plus R3. So finally total current in that loop is equal to I is equal to V by R1 plus R2 plus R3, where I is current delivered by the source. Next, Kirchhoff's current law. Kirchhoff's current law states that sum of the current entering into any node is equal to the sum of the currents leaving that node. So node, here node is, it is an interaction of two or more branches. So example, consider circuit shown in below figure which contains two nodes A and B. So here total current is IT entering at node A and divided into I1, I2 and I3. According to Kirchhoff's law, the current enter into the node A is equal to total current uh, uh, out of node. So that is equal to I total is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So here I total current is entering at node A So leaving I1, I2, I3, these three currents are leaving at node A. Node A. So as per the Kirchhoff law, current sum of the current entering to the node is equal to sum of the currents leaving. So finally, I total is equal to I1 plus I2 plus I3. So if we consider B node, then currents I1, I2 and I3 are entering, I total is leaving. So sum of entering currents means I1 plus I2 plus I3, sum of leaving currents is I total. So at node B, I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to I total. So another example. So here observe this figure. Here I1, I2, I4, I7. These four currents are entering to the node. Next I3, I5, I6. These three currents are leaving from the node. So as per the Kirchhoff's law, Kirchhoff KCL law, so I1 plus I2 plus I4 plus I7. These are the entering currents. Sum of the entering currents is equal to sum of the leaving currents. I3, I5, I6. These three currents are leaving currents. That node. So as per the Kirchhoff's law, I1 plus I2 plus I4 plus I7 is equal to I3 plus I5 plus I6. This means this equation written into another form, the right side quantity is taken from left side. So I1 plus I2 plus I4 plus I7 minus I3 minus I5 minus I6 is equal to 0. This means that algebraic sum of all the currents meeting at a junction is equal to 0. That is the another definition of KCL. Next, source transformation. It was seen that a practical voltage source has a resistance in series with it and practical current source has a resistance across it. When analyzing networks with a view of reducing the complexity of the networks, it sometimes becomes necessary to replace voltage source by current source and vice versa. This can be readily done if any equivalence can be established between a voltage source and current source. Now consider practical voltage source and practical current source. So we know in practical voltage source resistance is connected in series with the voltage source. Next, in practical current source, resistance is connected in parallel with the current source. For both sources, the voltage at the terminals is Vt and the current is supplied to an external network connected to the terminal is It. We have for voltage source Vt is equal to Vs minus I into Rs. Apply KVL in that loop. Vs minus I into Rs is equal to Vt. We know here I is equal to It. So It into Rs is equal to Vs minus Vt. It is equal to Vs minus Vt by Rs. So here It is equal to Vs by Rs minus Vt by Rs. For the current source, we have It is equal to Is minus Vt by Rs. So here Is is equal to It plus Vt by Rs. Comparing equation number 1 and 2, it is evident that both sources would deliver same current It at same voltage Vt, provided Is is equal to Vs by R. So Vs with resistance Rs in series with equivalent to a current source Is in parallel with the Rs. So the conversion between voltage source to current source, simply that same resistance connected in parallel with the current source, that current source value is equal to Is is equal to simply Vs by Rs. So simply easily voltage source is converted into current source and current source is converted into voltage source. So voltage value is converted into current value. So that current value is equal to Vs by internal resistance Rs. So in voltage source, Rs is connected in series, but in current source, Rs is connected in parallel to the current source. So that is the conversion between voltage source to current source and current source to voltage